Bonjour, bonsoir. C'est Planet Glee. Une autre fois, bonjour, bonsoir. It's been how long now? It's pretty weird, I thought I would be doing this last April or May of 2019 because due to the COVID-19 pandemic here in San Francisco, our shelter in place pretty much began the beginning of March, and here we are, mid-February and of 2021. So it's been a whole year from March 2020 to February 2021, and it feels weird to be back. But and I know I'm like, oh, Jennifer, what are you going to talk about? There's too much to talk about, right? So much has happened. And then yet again, so much hasn't happened given the fact that everyone's been restricted. And so we've had to kind of sit back, and I know I've watched a lot of YouTube videos and I thank all the really great people who do YouTube videos on what's going on in the United States and in the world. Jimmy Dore, Lee Camp, Graham Elwood, Aaron Mate, even Glenn Greenwald, and Katie Halper, Matt Taibbi, all those people. I just got recently introduced to Hasanabi. I had not seen his before, and I think he's pretty funny as well. So, Planet Glee is back to also be on YouTube, but I would say that Planet Glee has always been more of a music, art, and a political music, art, and a show about art and creativity, but mainly, as you see there, we're back for freedom. This year, 2020, that was, as everybody knows, a complete time of statement, and just constant attempts at breaking through the barriers and the clamps that keep us unfree. And so yeah, Planet Glee is back to be free, and we will have guests this year that I think everyone will hopefully get inspired by. And we just got the notification that we could do the shows now out of the studio. And actually, usually I change the color. Today the studio is here in white, and I'm very weird about the color, and what today I'm doing the show today on a Thursday, and that's the day of Jupiter. So Jupiter's color vibration is purple, so I'm wearing purple, a little bit of purple, and I normally would have purple back there in the sound panels, but it's going to take a little while to get back into the flow of doing Planet Glee, and so yeah, and doing it by myself. I love to do it with my best friend Count Federico Vidal, but not today. And so what I'm going to do today, basically, and I'm just going to switch the camera over here and say hello. Yes, what I'm going to do today is concentrate on this topic of freedom, and what does freedom look like, and what forms of freedom are there, etc. And so without further ado, I should probably get to a really important video that I have ready to show that I'd like to sort of, besides the Happy Valley intro, um, uh, focus a little bit on the beginning of the year, which was obviously January, and let's get to it. Okay. Let's take it up.
We must rapidly begin the shift from a thing-oriented society to a person-oriented society, when machines and computers, profit motives and property rights are considered more important than people. The giant triplets of racism, extreme materialism, and militarism are incapable of being conquered. A true revolution of values will soon cause us to question the fairness and justice of many of our past and present policies. On the one hand, we are called to play the Good Samaritan on life's roadside. That will be only an initial act. One day we must come to see that the whole Jericho road must be transformed so that men and women will not be constantly beaten and robbed as they make their journey on life's highway. True compassion is more than flinging a coin to a beggar. It comes to see that an edifice which produces beggars needs restructuring. We must rapidly begin the shift from...
So yeah, the society that has the beggar needs to be restructured. Absolutely, everybody's clapping. It's not. It's not a mystery. It's not something that a small child would not understand. So why is it that people who are supposedly adults do not get it that justice, freedom for everyone includes freedom for everyone, not just for a certain class of person, a certain gender, a certain orientation of a person, race, whatever. I totally advise you and suggest that you watch at least part of some of this, the Democracy Now! Show, which is online, democracynow.org, and go to the Martin Luther King Jr. Day, which I didn't do my homework on what day that was. It was definitely a Monday. Usually it's around the 16th of January. But Democracy Now! On Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday, on the day we celebrate it, they showed two very important speeches that he made. One a year before he was murdered, and the other one the night before he was murdered. And so this particular short little video I showed you of his speech is taken from that Democracy Now! Video of his speeches, and it's I think in watching the march just there, and the zoo wants you, hello, that is just, yeah, I'll go to the zoo if you force me to, you know what I mean? I don't know. I'm just like, I think that I don't know. Many people think that the United States has not made it much further than what we see there from the 60s in terms of the white populace really engaging with anyone else besides its own cultural cluster of people, religion, and their economic status and where they live, that's etc. All that stuff. So, Planet Glee is really here to like tell us that there is an alternative planet. There is a metaphor for a planet that is like Earth. It's a metaphor of an Earth that is more of a utopian vision of Earth. Now, utopia is really means nowhere, but I think that it means nowhere, and it also means another where, another somewhere. So yeah, uh, but I'm not not going to spend the show preaching. I don't want to do that. I'm just gonna like switch the camera over here and just say that I'm happy to be here in Planet Glee. I'm happy to be able to say hello and get back into making. I'm not throwing things up in the back. I'm not doing that. I'm just trying to show some things through video. And I just showed that one piece of, I said, the two speeches of Martin Luther King Jr. on Democracy Now! That I totally think you could spend 58 minutes or whatever it is listening to and watching those videos are so important for this year, because now also Planet Glee is it's not only a metaphor for Earth, but it in terms of the astrological composition of the universe, at Planet Glee is also a metaphor for the conjunction of Venus and Saturn. So love and responsibility. And Venus is not only love between human beings and animals and plants and everything. It's love of society. It's an attempt to make conscious and make available egalitarian ideas, the fact that the highest order of human intelligence is emotional intelligence, that those who see the possibility for a world and an earth that is a reflection of love energy and the responsibility for all people, that the fact that the United States is probably one of the countries with the highest percentage of unhoused people per capita is it's not only a disgrace, it's a huge disappointment for everyone. It's something that we as a society cannot. It's hard for us to really dig ourselves out of a lot of a kind of group depression about that, and yeah, even for those people who are now going outside, because I know a lot of people stayed inside because of the pandemic, and I know there are a lot of things going on, but I just really want to say that I think we're really in a time when we can make great change. And the fact that Jupiter and Saturn are in Capricorn conjunct means, and they only achieve that configuration in the universe every, is it 60 years? So it was like 1900 that they were conjunct, and then 1960s they were conjunct, and now 40 years later, isn't it? Yeah, 40 years later, 2020, now 2021, these two major planets in the universe are conjunct in Capricorn, which is ruled by Saturn and is the constellation of responsibility, accomplishment, awareness of society as a construct, as a construct that must be continually monitored and observed and built up and supported. So anyway, I'm going on and on. So I'm just going to switch us up a little bit and go to what I also do here on Planet Glee, and that is introduce new music to you. So I'm going to start with um, a a concert that was done in France, 2019, December 2019. So right before 2020, and KEXP. If you don't know them, they're a Seattle radio station. They have like fantastic videos and excellent sound. And so we're just going to switch to that. This is from Transmusical. Um, this band is Moondrag. I said that in German. Actually, it's, I don't know what they would say in French. Okay, let's see. From Moondrag. Moondrag. Okay.
Are you ready, Corinne?
I don't know if I direct you to videos on YouTube of the band Deep Purple, because this music reminds me of early Deep Purple, but I really love it. And I love that they're trying to sing in English and they sound so funny. Anyway, so yeah, what was that? When they were on, I was thinking, what were you going to say, Jennifer? I was going to say, oh yeah, I just noticed that "We're Back for Freedom" says "Feel the Burn" underneath it, and yeah, Planet Glee is still um, in the mode of feeling that Bernie as an independent can still make change and still push for what are we looking for right now? Here it is, second week of February. What are we waiting for? We're waiting for our $2,000 stimulus check. Yes, indeed. Uh, and if you don't need it, I suggest that you donate it to someone if you don't need it. But hopefully we will be getting it soon. Right, Bernie? Right, Bernie? All right. So, Planet Glee moves next to another band from the Transmusicale because we have a little bit more time. And we are going to go to Des Filles, the girls. And they are called Los Bichos. Here we go. Los Bichos on Planet Glee. Oops, open up, Jennifer. Oui, une autre fois. Oui, oui, oui. Une autre fois. Merci. Merci, merci. Thank you. And here we are back at Planet Glee with just a few more minutes to go. And it says we're back for freedom. And that's our theme for the entire year. Freedom from oppression, freedom from censorship, freedom from what do I want to say? Freedom from desperation and depression, and freedom from the virus, hopefully, and freedom to continue in the world as we did before in a new way. And yeah, those kinds of things. And so thank you for watching Planet Glee. I really appreciate it, and hope to see you soon with a new and exciting show and a guest, Jennifer. Yes, a guest. And that will happen the next show. Otherwise, I'm not going to do it. Because I don't do these, like, these kinds of shows by myself very often. So, thank you for watching Planet Glee. Merci, merci, merci. And nous voyons. See you soon. Bye bye.